Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives and you are at Multi-Tool Monday. This multi-tool is the SOG PowerAssist. Now this video is going to be going out on Memorial Day, so I want to wish everyone out there a happy Memorial Day. The SOG PowerAssist comes with this nylon case which has a belt loop with Velcro on the back and an overflap also with Velcro. Now, according to SOG, this has 16 different tools, and can you guess where this is made? There we go, in the tiniest letters. It's made in Taiwan. Now, here are three SOGs, right? We've got the Power Lock, the Power Assist, and the Power Play. Alright, now that Power Play, that was made in China, as I said, and I gotta say, the center one, the Taiwan-made SOG, is just, the overall quality is just better than on that Power Play. Here's a size comparison for you from the left. That's the Power Lock, then the Power Assist, the Super Tool 300 from Leatherman added in the mix, and the Power Play. So as you can see, this is one of the larger SOG multi-tools. It's a little bit longer even than the Leatherman Super Tool 300. According to my measure, it's 4.7 inches closed. Now, one of the major selling points to this multi-tool is easy one-handed access to the blades, and that's where the name Power Assist comes from, because these are assisted opening. There's a plain edge blade, and the blade does lock. To disengage the lock, you just push that way. You see that? And it also has a safety if you want to lock it like that. The serrated blade, it's easier to get at the serrated blade with your left hand, but there is the serrated blade. Alright, plain edge blade. Nice. Yeah, that is extremely sharp. I mean, for a multi-tool blade, they did a great job on the edge. And here's a close-up of that edge. I'm really glad they didn't drop the ball on that, because the whole thing of this is the the one-handed power assist, the assisted blade. I mean, there'd be no point to it if the blade was not good. So yeah, they did a good job. And note the interesting blade shape. This part right there, it curves down more than you would expect. Right now, the blade still does have a belly curving back to meet the point. But you see what that does if you just tilt it slightly, right? It's almost like a forward tip, so that's good. That's a good blade shape. It's useful for draw cutting. Alright, the fully serrated blade. This one shocked me. I already tested this, obviously, but now I will show you. It's actually paper slicing sharp. Usually you only see that quality of serrations from Victorinox serrations on their multi-tool. That is really impressive. Now this has what they call the compound leverage system right there, which allows, well, it multiplies your grip strength. It also makes the opening of the pliers a lot smoother, and it lets you open them one-handed. Hold on, my lights are right there and my camera's right there, so there we go. I didn't kill anything. But you can open them one-handed, so that's really cool. And as I said, it multiplies your grip strength. Here's a close-up of the pliers themselves for you. You got the wire cutter portion, close gripping portion, wider gripping portion. Yeah, also a wire crimper portion and blasting cap crimper. I knew I was forgetting something. So I don't use the blasting cap crimper, but it's there if you need it. And one of the many reasons I like this better than the Power Play, you see they've put a little bit of a guard on the on those gears there. Now the other tools are on the inside when the handles are folded closed, right? And they're covered by this thing. Hold on. Yeah, most people take this off, and I'm going to take it off too. I just wanted to, before I throw it away, I wanted to show you that it has this cover just like the Power Lock, right? But it's easy to take off if it annoys you, although it does make it a little more comfortable to actually grip onto. The two other long tools are the SOG V-cut. It's like a rescue cutter. And you've got their metal file. It has a can opener, a bottle opener, and 4 different sizes of screwdriver, right? Small, medium, and large, flathead, and the Phillips or cross, depending on where you live. Now all of these tools can lock individually via this structure right here. That's the lock. There's a little notch in there. When you open it all the way, hold on, snaps into place. To release it, you have to press on, well, you could just press on all of them, but there you go. So yeah, all the tools lock. And it also has this. It is a lanyard hole. You can rotate that if you want to use the lanyard hole. And last, it has ruler markings. You see those. Ruler markings on the handles. The V-cutter is pretty sharp. That's some just regular paracord. It's also useful for getting through stuff like this. This was wrapped around a package that I got. And the V-cutter was very useful for getting through this stuff. So is this tool set missing any popular implements? Well, yes, it does not have scissors, it does not have a reamer, it does not have a wood saw. Basically, these 3 implements on the power lock, this does not have. You know, I gotta say, as far as like using that as a rescue hook, like cutting yourself free from a seat belt, if I'm in a car that's about to catch fire, I'm gonna use the serrated blade on that to cut the seat belt. I don't care if I cut my shoulder. I mean, the serrated blade, because of the assist and you can access it one-handed, it's just gonna come out way faster than the V-cutter, you know what I'm saying? I have heard that SOG tools are interchangeable, like you can buy like the saw, for example, on their website. If anyone has actually replaced the V-cutter with either of those, could you post a picture or a video? I want to know if that's really true. Like, can you just mix and match them? Because if so, I would probably replace the V-cutter with something else. But really, this is all about those 2 assisted blades, because if those are not important to you, then yeah, you probably would buy like the power lock or something else. Now there are some things you have to know if you want to buy this, ways to break in the tool. Okay, first of all, you're going to need these. You're going to need 2 of these Torx drivers to adjust the pivots. Now you need 1 driver for each side, otherwise that cylinder will just freely spin and it won't tighten. When I first got this, those blades had some side-to-side play, which I greatly minimized by adjusting the pivot. Also, when I got this, all of those tools were a little bit loose. They weren't like flopping out, but they were a little loose, so I tightened that up. So it's definitely going to need adjustment, and you're going to need 2 of those. Now the black coating on this, I really like it. I think it looks awesome. However, just like on my Leathermans that have that, it's a very dirty coating. So when you first get this, your hands are going to be black. So what I would suggest is just bringing it to your sink, get some warm soapy water, and take the little sprayer thing on your sink and get all in there. And the last adjustment that you should make, you know, when I first got this, this blade actually came out fine, but when I first got this, the assisted blade, it wouldn't come out all the way. Like when I first got this, you know, I'd go to open it, and it would get to here and just kind of bounce. It wouldn't open all the way when I first got this. And the way that I fixed that, I just pushed this to one side, and I just went like this a whole bunch of times, because I'm assuming that there was some crud in there and it just had to like wear a groove through it, right? So now, like after doing that, hold on, it works perfectly, right? So you may have to do that, and if there's like a lot of crud in there, you may have to take it apart and clean it. And like I said, you also want to adjust that so that there's no blade play, but not so tight that that stops it from deploying. So definitely adjust that. You know, that's a big problem because this thing is all about the assisted blades, but luckily at least I found that with adjustment that can be fixed. Now, one thing to be aware of, the pliers can break like on any multi-tool, and because these SOGs have this force multiplier compound leverage system, it kind of encourages people to use these for tasks that you wouldn't normally use, like that require a lot of force. And I think because of that, these can tend to break. I've seen some pictures where the metal cylinder going through there basically snaps. I've seen some pictures. So be aware that, yes, this system multiplies your force, but it doesn't make metal any better at like withstanding force than it was before. If you're already carrying a high quality folding knife, then you probably want the power lock. Because if you're already carrying a great folder, then why would you need the assisted one-handed opening blades on your multi-tool? On the other hand, if you want to slim down your EDC, if you don't want to carry a separate folding knife at all, that's really where the Power Assist fits in. So basically, the Power Assist is actually a very, very good attempt, I would say a successful attempt, to integrate your folder into your multi-tool. Really two folders, because it has this fully serrated and the plain edge, both of which are very usable. Final thoughts on this SOG Power Assist. Well, one question, is it as good as a Leatherman? Because Leatherman, most popular brand. I would say it's almost as high quality construction-wise as a Leatherman. SOG tools in general, they're not as good as Leatherman, in my opinion. But this particular one, this is actually very close to Leatherman quality. I'd say, like, you know, it's 90% of the way there, this particular SOG tool. Now, as far as the tool set, it is far from perfect, especially if you're going for the toolbox approach, which is to be ready for anything and have every major tool you could think of. This is not that multi-tool. But all that being said, in the end, I do recommend this tool because it succeeds at what it set out to do. Right? If you carry this, you don't need to carry a folder. They took the extra time, the extra care to give you a very high quality edge on that plain edge blade. And it surprised the heck out of me that they actually gave you serrations that are very high quality and the equal of Victorinox or Spyderco serrations. I really didn't know that they had that in them, but they did. So if you want to pick one of these up, I will include an Amazon link to this and other SOG offerings and multi-tools. Please try to utilize those links as they do help support the channel and keep Multi-Tool Monday rolling. I hope you enjoyed seeing this multi-tool. This has been We All Juggle Knives and Multi-Tools. I'm out.